Hello, it's Burgess Taylor, and this is part two of finding my way towards planner peace. I realize that planner peace is somewhat of it ebbs and flows because our needs change, things change. One of the few things that we can depend on is that things are going to change. So your needs and your wants change, which is what has happened to me over the past few years, which is why I think this has sort of been a process. Every time I've found myself feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, going from this to that to back again and then to back again. Part of it's because I haven't really had a core planning system in a long while, or perhaps it's actually because my core planning changed. Actually, my planning needs changed, so therefore my planning system needed to change. So I've been struggling. I wrote a blog post about this, and it has more to do with ADHD and finding my way because it's a struggle, and the struggle is real, y'all. The struggle is real. I've been doing a lot of research about organization and planning and projects and scheduling and time management and things like that in regards to ADHD, finding some of the methods that work the best for me. So I'm going to leave the link for the blog post below. I'm going to also leave the link for part one of the video above and below. And hopefully this is the next section of my planner series, which will probably be an ongoing thing. It won't happen every month. It will come and go because as my planning needs come and go. The rest of the planner kind of videos, like plan with me's and things like that, will just be in like the planning playlist. But this I think is important because it can be making a mountain out of a molehill, but it could also be like climbing Mount Everest. It really just depends. So don't want to take up too much of your time in this very beginning because this is going to be a rather chatty video because I'm actually talking as I show you what I have going on. I'm going to show you some of what I felt like was working, what I felt like hasn't been working. I'm going to show you what I've got going on right now and why I need to change some things because there is too much repetitiveness. There's too much overlap, too much crossover into things, and I am slowly but surely working on it. But first, before I switch, let's address the elephant in the room. Mr. Rockstar and I worked on this. I rearranged some furniture and actually organized quite a few things because what I had just wasn't really functioning, at least not at its best, especially with Camp NaNoWriMo looming right around the corner. I felt like my craft table needed to be in front of the window. I felt like it would be better for me to use the longer desk, the bigger desk, for my computer stuff because I have such a large tower now. Once I got the new computer, that tower is rather big. And to use the smaller desk for my writing because I use the laptop quite a bit because it's mobile to actually write, and I think that works better for me. I'm also really just feeling much better now that we've organized because I got rid of some stuff, y'all. I've gotten rid of a whole large trash bag full of stuff, still using it or losing it. But second of all, I'd like to really thank my patrons because without them, I wouldn't be able to do some of the content. I wouldn't be able to take courses like Allie's Plan Your Peace course. I wouldn't be able to do some of the content that I've been doing, the supplies and things like that. Y'all, it's made such a big difference, and I have a small amount of patrons. It's very much a tribe, very much a family for me, and I feel so blessed. So thank you to all of you. Thank you to Mr. Rockstar, and thank you to my patrons because I really appreciate it. Now I'm going to go because this has gotten too chatty already, and I'm going to turn the camera around. And I hope that you enjoy this, and I will give you an update as soon as things are a little bit better about it, as soon as I've got a better idea of what's working and what's not working past this point. Bye, y'all. So here we have the bulk of what I'm using. Like I said before, I have pretty much, for now, The A6s are separate. I'm not doing planning in them. Doing other things like gratitude and stuff like that. I will get to those later. This is more about the planning. And there's some journaling in this because this is sort of my omni journal, but we're going to go to what I'm doing currently. The weeks is now more of my personal planner. I've done all kinds of things in it. I pre-decorated the pages. I was going to do my mood tracking here and my word count here, but this is actually something that stays in my purse. So let's move up a little closer. Move these out of the way. In here, I'm now doing mood tracking elsewhere, and I'm going to be doing word count tracking elsewhere. So I'm thinking about doing something else here, maybe finances, because I do have all of this and that would make sense. There's enough room for me to do finances. Like I said, I pre-decorated my Hobonichi cousin in the weeks, and we are right here. Don't have a lot in here. I don't do a whole lot in here, but I do keep up with main holidays and birthdays and appointments and stuff, events. Because like I said, this is more for personal stuff. I have been putting work in here, but I won't be doing that anymore. And this is where Camp NaNoWriMo starts. So the book, washi tape. This would be this week right here, which work stuff. I have other stuff up here, but I realized this week after I'd already planned it out that once again, I wasn't doing the personal stuff like at all. Like I have some home stuff, but I never filled that in because last week was the week I was recuperating from oral surgery. I have a whole bunch of stuff. I've just been doing back and forth, different kinds of planning, working on, you know, things, filling things out sometimes and not other times. I really like these pages. And this looked really cute, but it's too much of the same stuff over and over again in all of them. So I am no longer going to be doing that. This is next week. And I originally started putting all the same things that I would normally put, and then I went nope. And so I put a post-it note, glued it down, and changed these. So these are the more personal things, and I have a few things I need to work on. And see, I had started putting that over here, and I'm going to leave it, but I'm going to put the more personal stuff over here to this side, and then what I will be doing, because see I did it here too, what I'll be doing from now on is putting the personal stuff, once this is done, when I do these pages, they won't have work stuff unless it's necessary for me to have. I won't be doing that. Unless it's an event or something that I need to, because this is more for self-care and for my personal stuff. And there are some things in the back here that I have actually made spreads for most of these, and I will transfer the information from here. And then this is going to be more personal stuff. That's a grocery list that ended up in here. Because this usually, I have it out, but a lot of times this is what I toss in my purse. So most of the time, when it's not something I'm filling out and reviewing, when I need to look at, like if I put a doctor's appointment in there and I need to transfer it into there, a lot of times this sits in my purse unless I need it for something. I think for this week coming, and next week though, I'm going to actually leave this at my desk and then just grab it and toss it in my purse before I go somewhere so that I can get more out of it and more out of figuring out some things for my own self, for like self-care and things like that. It's one of the things I'm working on this month. So, staying with the Hobonichi theme, this is my A5, and I am still using it. I have been back and forth. Like I said, I had a bit of a planner rut for a while. I have a color code. I have been thinking about redoing this again. It's just so many different colors, breaking it down to less colors. I really like how this is. I have birthdays and our anniversary highlighted. I know whose birthdays most of those are, and if not, then they're also written in the calendar. I was doing tracking in here, like all of the things. February was when I started having the planner rut. March, I've actually been pretty decent. I need to fill this out right here. But I was going to do the writing or the hours worked on my outline, but I didn't do it. In part because last week, like I said, I took the whole week off for self-care. I had oral surgery on the 9th of this month. And whoo, that was a doozy. So I've decided for April and for the rest of this month, I'm going to be logging the hours I spend with outline the rest of this month. And then I'm going to be logging my word count in April here. And then this is work. Patreon, YouTube, blog, the cabin for Facebook, and the cabin for Camp NaNoWriMo website. Daily videos. I'm going to try to do daily vlogging, like I said. The newsletter, I need for it to go out on the 1st. I've got to work on that. And I want to write 30,000 on my novel or more during April. I pre-decorated when I got the Hobonichi, and I started using it in December, the calendar. I decided that some of this was just a little too busy, so I went to a little bit more basic, and then a little bit more basic, and then quite a bit more basic. So I'm not writing a whole lot down on here. I haven't decided whether I like the not writing things down on here or not. But here's April, and there is a little bit more. Actually, I won't be needing these anymore. Ipsy and Art Snacks. I canceled those. There are other things that are more important right now, like my dentist and stuff. Yeah, getting this dental work done. I have canceled quite a bit. April is set up with books. You're going to see a little bit more, you're going to see more of a coffee theme along with books and typewriters for April coming, because I'm changing things. So, like I said, I pre-decorated my Hobonichi. So, the weekly layout is where I've had the most trouble. This one wasn't too bad. This one I got a lot of written on there, but I didn't really use it as much as I thought I would, but I like the way that it looks. This I actually used this bottom part pretty decently, but still not utilizing. This part worked really well. I time tracked, but this I didn't utilize. I wrote all the to-dos down, but I didn't utilize. This I actually used a lot more, but you see more stuff over here and then some stuff down here. This was okay, but I didn't utilize this space down here or this space over here. February was the month that me and the planner thing didn't work too well. This week was a lot better. I actually like this. This was more of a visual aid, and a few things over here I wanted to see. I've been trying different things, trying to figure out what will and won't work for me. This I liked, but I didn't really utilize very well. And this is where March comes in, and if you'll notice I have some stickers that are visual and then some little things. I wrote these down and didn't use that. This I was going to start time tracking. I started taking Allie's course and I was going to do some time tracking. I did, and this didn't work out very well in here, but I do like the way that this looked. I wish I had finished filling this in. So this is where we're at right now, and I had gotten a new sticker set quite a few weeks ago. It took a while to get in because I wanted to do something different for April. I was going to do the books, and then I thought coffee. It's a Camp NaNoWriMo. Why not do coffee as my theme? The stickers that I got, they're a little too wide for the Hobonichi, so you'd actually have to cut them, which I did for some of them. I've been tracking my water. So this has worked out okay. I need to put yesterday's weather and today's weather on there. And then I went ahead and did some of the things up here because I'm actually not going to have a whole lot of stuff. April 1st is where this starts Camp NaNoWriMo. Here I did the coffee theme. And I do the coffee chats on Mondays for YouTube and on Tuesdays for Patreon. So I did little coffee cups. I sometimes do an artist date Saturday or Sunday. Decided that from now on Sunday is going to be my day off. That's going to be what I'm calling my lazy day. So if I want to take an artist date that day I can, but Saturday is going to be my day to get out. Whether I go to my backyard and sit at the picnic table, or I go to a coffee shop, or I go somewhere else and do whatever, whether I urban sketch or plein air sketch or write or read a book or whatever it is, that's going to be my day to get out of the house and for something other than grocery shopping and paying bills. So as you can see, I don't have a whole lot because I know I'm going to be really busy with Camp NaNoWriMo. So I'm going to write out the things that I have to do and keep track of maybe my word count here. More coffee theme. And I actually did those too. I may draw the coffee cups right here. So this is what I have right here. I did do something right there. I'm going to list some things. And then we have this last week of April. And then the very last day of April. And that's where my planning right there ends. I am going to film this of the plan with me, or try to, and actually do some plan with me so you can see what I'm doing right here, because I will do this part and hopefully I will have that on Sunday. Now we're going to get to back here, and if you were to look through my Hobonichi, you'd see that I've done all kinds of things, from journaling to planning. Most of this has been planning. I have my goals right here for the year, and then I have them broken down into quarters. And I have my word of the year with some of the words that are related to the word of the year. I like having goals on this page right here in the Hobonichi. And then, like I said, you'll see where I've done all kinds of, I've had blank pages. I have done quite a bit of journaling, quite a bit of planning, more planning than journaling, but I do, on occasion, do some of the journaling. I found that I like stickers like this, where it shows an action, rather than the Erin Condren kind of stickers. I like some of these, and they'd be really cute like that. I have another one of those, and I'm saving that one to go in my journal. So we get to planning, and I didn't do a whole lot in February. So we get to March, and this was working really well until the other week when I went to the dentist. This past week I haven't really done anything, so I'm going to do some stuff here, but this makes a lot of sense to me, so I'm actually probably going to put that in my bullet journal. And then we get to the planning. So I've been trying to track my time. This worked out pretty well, but when I tried to change it up, I didn't like this at all, and so I didn't use it. And I also went to the dentist on the Friday, so then it just gets worse. Then I didn't need to plan because I wasn't really doing anything much. I like this with the ink, the colored ink, rather than the black. I actually wrote some gratitude. I was going to work, and that was funny. Still in too much pain to work. So like I said, I took the week off, and since then I've been planning. This is actually on a post-it note. I need to put it in here, but I did time tracking. I had insomnia, so I was up, and I ended up going to bed like in the like at, I don't know, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, so I slept until like 3 something in the afternoon. This is Wednesday's page. This I messed up. Things changed, and then I tried to fix it, and then that's how, and I didn't like it, so yeah, it was too busy yesterday. I have everything in my bullet journal. And then this is today's, and I've actually been quite busy. I haven't even colored in the squares, but I'm waiting on the dentist to call me back. I am doing time tracking. I haven't colored it in or anything, so this is where we're at, and I will do some more planning. And I really like doing things this way. And then if I have room on the bottom, I can write a little note or write some gratitude, put a piece of washi tape, and I'm good to go. Now, this is my journal, my art journal, my Omni journal. That's for my supplies. And then here, I've been, since I very first started it in February, I've been trying to put like some of the bullet journal stuff. I soon realized that I didn't really need very much in here except a weekly, like a week at a glance. So I've been changing things. So we get to March, and I have the week at a glance. And then I did the to-dos, and I did the log. And like I said, log really isn't working for me, nor is the habit tracker stuff in here working for me. So I'm not going to be putting that in here anymore. And then we get to I like the weekly in here. And had I not been in so much pain here, I would have finished filling this out. I really loved this spread. Really loved this weekly spread. And I had all intentions of doing the bulk of this stuff, but the oral surgery was much more complicated, much more painful than I thought it was going to be recovering from it. So I didn't get the bulk of this done. So I really need to go through this and forward some of them. So this is this week. And I love this. I practice with the coffee layout, and I used some of the washi tape that has coffee themed stuff on it. Used my brown mild liner and the like yellow kind of gold one. Peachy color yellow. And I really, really like this. So I've been doing some practicing. And I will do more weekly. And here, just the week at the glance. But I'm probably going to be doing a word or a quote or some gratitude or a personal thing. I'm not going to be putting work in that anymore, really. Maybe just abbreviations. So this is more my everyday, I guess it would be my bullet journal and other stuff. Bullet journal, omni journal, and a traveler's notebook. And this is all coffee themed. Everything, for the most part, about this whole planner is sort of coffee themed. So I have some stencils, and I have an April calendar that came from the Dots and Dashes studio, which will go in my bullet journal. I have my Snoopy planner, which I absolutely love, but it doesn't have a weekly layout. If it had a weekly layout, I wouldn't even need, really, the Hobonichi. So I'm doing the mood and moon tracker here. I need to put yesterday's on here. And then I started this at the very end of February. So this is where we're at now. And I really love, I love the little bookmarks. I love all this Snoopy stuff. So I don't have a lot written in here. The dentist appointment, Mr. Rockstar's birthday, birthdays, some future planning with things. And then they give you some note pages in the back, and I've done a master task list and some project stuff for each month. I've given myself 2 pages for each month. I really wish this came with a weekly. So this is, I've changed things up. This is the weekly, daily, and then some tracking. I'm going to try next week. I'm going to try doing some stuff in here, all of it, so I can kind of look at it on a whole, and then I have to-dos for this week to go right here. So as you can see, I've been doing things in here and changing things up as I go through Allie's course, and as I've been doing research, trying to figure out some of the things that work for me. I've actually now started using my date stamp, so it doesn't take as long. This was some time tracking that ended up, I don't know where the post-it note went. I started writing it in here and then ended up putting it in a post-it note, and that's one of the problems I have. I haven't written very much down for today yet. I have it all in the Hobonichi. I'm going to put it in here. And so I will continue to set things up in here. And then we get to my collections. And this I ordered, the insert I ordered from Paper Penguin Company, and I decorated it. Every accomplishment starts with the decision to try. And I put art and writing and like coffee chat, chatty, self-care, all different kinds of little elements went on this insert. I have created the index, left myself a little bit of room, created a future log, a master task list for the whole year, items to buy, wish list, Daniel Smith watercolors that I have, and I'm going to list all of the colors so that it will make it easier when I'm looking at the colors and what I need to replace or what I need to try, so I don't get duplicates unless it's something I actually need to replace. And the Shmika watercolors. Patreon ideas, YouTube ideas, blog ideas, newsletter ideas, random ideas, books to read, and then I don't have really anything else, but I'm going to do some goal setting and do some other things in here. I really do love the B6 size. And then this is my everything else. I do things like this. Ideas things I'm researching. I write notes. I have notes for coffee chats in here. I tried doing this, didn't work so well. I'm going to redo how I do it, see if I can get it a little bit better. Didn't do much with that either. Notes for coffee chats. Some notes and some morning pages because this was close by. Notes for videos, ideas, information, types of self-care. These notes right here and these notes, this stuff right here is where I started asking myself, look, what do I need for my core planning system? What are the things that I actually need? And then this is the planning system that has more to do with like Franklin Covey and things like that. My cleaning list, my weekly cleaning list, which I will probably revamp a little bit and put it in the collections. This I have started planning out for April, and if you notice, I only number my pages with the odd numbers. I don't need to have all of the numbers on the pages. As long as I have the odd numbers, I'm good. And I'm trying to figure out now how I want to set up things, because I want to keep like a running total of some of the projects and things like that that I am doing, that I've done, that I'm still working on. And that is it, y'all. That is it. I hope that you've enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate it. Make sure that you have liked, give me a thumbs up, make sure you've subscribed, and don't forget to click the little bell so you get notifications when I put new videos out. Thanks, y'all. Bye.